Hi guys, welcome to InfoFrag. We're talking about new Magic the Gathering set. We all love Magic. Dragons. Let's play some dragons. What's up guys, welcome back to InfoFrag. This week we are talking about Dragons of Tarkir, the new Magic the Gathering set, which comes out next Friday. It is the third set in the Cons of Tarkir block and finishes out the set. We're kind of back in where we had Cons of Tarkir where the Cons were in charge of Tarkir, and then we had Fate Reforged where
it went back in time.
It went back in time.
The Cons were warring with the Dragons.
Yeah, and now we're in an alternate timeline, which I guess is the new timeline for real, where Dragons have taken over the plane, something like that. So needless to say, the set is full of dragons, and a lot of them suck.
But they said there's more dragons than all of Magic combined.
Really?
Yes, more dragons than everything.
There are a lot, but like I said, that's not necessarily a good thing. A lot of them, there's a couple. there are a couple good ones. There are a couple good ones without a doubt.
Are you guys talking about the couple good ones?
Yeah, we'll touch on those. But man, a lot of these are bad. But okay, so we're gonna start off with the dragon, the Elder Dragon cycle. There's one for each clan, and so basically these are all. Actually, there's Atarka is terrible. The green-red one. The green-red one I feel is pretty much unplayable. Have you seen?
Is a 7-drop?
He is a 7-drop.
Yeah.
He is a 7-drop with flying and trample. So basically, you're spending a whole turn to play this guy, and he deals 5 damage divided as you choose among any number of creatures or players when he enters the battlefield. So for 7 mana, you basically burn for 5, and then you waste a turn. It's pretty bad.
I feel like they can justify their almost every dragon here is at least a 5-drop in this whole set.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that it might not be viable in standard right now to have all these big dragons, but since they're going back to Zendikar, whoa, that there's probably going to be a bunch of ramp actually.
Well, there's
ramp in this.
There's
not enough.
There is
there is a Dragonland.
No, there is the
but the Dragonland.
This one's actually much better than that.
The Crucible.
The absolute trash one from last set. This one is actually pretty playable. Where is it? There it is.
Haven of the Spirit Dragon.
So it taps at 1 of your mana pool, adds 1 mana of any color to mana pool that can be cast only on dragon spells. So already we're off to a much better start. It's basically like the Sliver
I feel like
land.
they could have just not printed Crucible.
Yeah, no, Crucible
but they only did it because they wanted to show the passing of time.
Yeah, Crucible is just really bad.
But the thing that makes this Dragonland, the thing that makes this Dragonland much better is that if you pay 2 and tap it, you can return target dragon or Ugin from your graveyard to the
I do like that.
To your hand?
I guess.
To your hand. Yeah.
So, for some reason, they do have the downfall, and you play Ugin. You go, there goes Ugin. You get it right back, pretty much.
To your hand, yeah.
For 2, which is pretty
if you
solid.
scroll back up to the cycle.
Yeah.
The Elder Dragons, like I said, green-red Atarka, he's pretty bad. I don't see any instance aside. I don't even think you'd play this guy in EDH. I think he's just generally not a good card. He's one of the bad mythics. He's probably going to be like $1 and be terrible. Colgan, flying and haste, gives everything else haste. And if they cast, what is it, a creature or planeswalker card that is already in their graveyard, they lose 10. Now, this one is okay, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
I think you could do something cute with like all the discard in this block where you have Thoughtseize and like Despise and Mind Rot and stuff.
I didn't think about that, yeah.
And just play
and
Colgan.
Jamoka kind of Colgan kind of locks you out.
Because they can't really play anything or they lose. So that's kind of cool.
Would that count if you play it from the graveyard?
No. Or what does it say?
Yes. Because it says cast a creature or planeswalker. So if you're casting it from the graveyard...
But I'm saying like...
It's in the graveyard.
For example, Gravecrawler.
Yes.
Bring back Gravecrawler.
Yes.
You technically cast it while Gravecrawler was in your graveyard, meaning you would lose 10 life.
I have no idea about that, actually.
We should find that out. Because if that is the case...
I don't think so.
If that is the case, I am currently building a Grimgrin EDH. That's devastating. That's absolutely devastating.
Yeah, but I don't think there's so many that you're going to have to worry about this
You will
card.
not see this card in EDH, period, because EDH is a singleton format. Nobody's going to run this card.
There you go. Wait, why are we considering that?
You can only run one of every card, so, I mean, playing multiples isn't going to happen. Salamgar, He enters and he gains
He's very
control of a creature or planeswalker as long as.
Can we first talk about the flavor of this card? Do you see what his necklace is?
It's Tasigur.
It's Tasigur.
Yeah, it's Tasigur.
That's awesome.
So he's wearing Tasigur.
We might zoom up on that, or you can just take a moment to zoom up on that, because Tasigur is a necklace.
It's probably going to get blurry.
But Silumgar himself still looks derpy as hell. He looks like a hippo. I don't understand his art.
It looks like he's a giant, cute lizard.
Does he still have flying?
I don't really get it. Of course he has flying. He's a dragon.
Flying and Death Touch.
He has flying and Death Touch. His ability is fine. I feel maybe in EDH he's okay. Standard, I don't see him making any waves at all.
No, I don't see any of the dragons, honestly, making standard.
The last two, I feel, are absolutely standard playable. Ajutai, 3 blue-white, 5/4 flyer. Hexproof as long as it's untapped. This is a control card and a half, because when it hits you, you look at the top 3 and you get to put 1 in your hand, put the rest on the bottom of your. So it's card advantage every time it hits you. And hexproof, and so basically you only attack when you know you can protect it, like if you have a counterspell in hand or something.
Yeah.
And it's just card advantage, and it's a win con. I actually think that card is pretty decent. Dromoka is just a flat-out good card.
Probably the best out of the 5 dragons that we're talking about, Elder Dragons.
All of these are going to be pretty good in limited, though.
Oh, without a doubt.
Yeah, they're going to be pretty awesome.
Anything with flying is good.
All of the dragons are a bomb, and everyone's going to be playing
absolutely.
dragons.
Yeah, without a doubt. Anything with flying in limited is a bomb. But Dromoka is just I don't know. It has like no flavor though. It's one of those cards that they just put good things on a card. You know, It's it can't be countered. It's got flying and lifelink, and they can't cast spells during your turn. And it's a 5/7 for 6. Like it's just a value card. You know, it doesn't do anything cool, but it's just good.
Let's talk about their commands, because the commands
are sweet,
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
most of them are pretty awesome.
Okay, so
let's talk about that one.
Which is that one?
The Azorius one.
We have
the Azorius one?
Mythic Spoiler up right now.
Okay, I guess we'll just go in order. We'll start with Dromoka's and go to the side.
Okay.
So Dromoka's command, that's the green-white, choose 2, and it has all different modes. This one is very good. It's
give a counter, fight.
You could fight, yeah. Or you could... target player sacrifices an enchantment, prevent all damage, target instant or sorcery spell be dealt this turn. That's not that great. But I do like the instant speed, put a +1/+1, and fight. I think that is very relevant.
You gotta think of it like each effect costs 1 mana or whatever, and then is it worth it from there?
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
absolutely.
There you go.
That's not
Ojutai's command, I think, is the best. As
it's pretty good.
As somebody who plays,
people were saying, "Oh, cryptic command is back." Maybe not.
As somebody who plays control, I really like Ojutai's command. I'm gonna be looking forward to playing with it in standard. Countering a creature spell and drawing a card for 4 mana seems really good. I do see this maybe being fringe playable in modern. I don't know when you would ever pick it over cryptic command, but the fact that you can pay 4 and like return a Snapcaster from your grave. Is pretty sweet, and you can counter something or draw a card, and then you could like pass something with your snap, and it's definitely very good. Silumgar's command, only standard playable, I believe, and not until Theros rotates. Once Theros rotates, they lose downfall. This card, for 5 mana, it's an instant. You still get to blow up planeswalkers. You get to counter non-creatures. You get to give a dude -3/-3, or return a target permanent to its owner's hand.
So there's not going to be much planeswalker removal after Theros.
So basically, this is going to be it, unless they print something else. But in a control shell, this is I think it's totally fine. 5 mana, blow up a planeswalker and a dude, or counter or something and blow up a dude. Just whatever you want to do.
So it's like it has the cost of the downfall plus another destroy effect,
like Bile Blight, which
something.
is -3/-3. So,
so I guess it's cheaper than the combination of the two.
I definitely.
Bile Blight
I would
costs
definitely
2 black, correct?
Yeah.
So then it's
the same.
Same cost,
sorta. But Bile Blight hits multiple.
So if you want to
things.
justify using that,
honestly, I just feel once downfall rotates, it's totally justified already, because it's value. It's a good card.
Because Ugin wouldn't rotate.
Yeah, absolutely.
So then you have
you need a way to blow
Ugin's rotate.
Even though
Ugin and Theros are
you're
rotating.
going to play him, you're going to play him in that deck anyway.
Yeah,
so.
but if someone else plays it and you're like,
I need that guy to die.
I don't have downfall anymore.
You could just counter it with this one as well, which is pretty good.
True.
So let's wrap up the commands.
So Kolgan's command. This one is okay. I'm not thrilled with it. Like this is probably my least favorite, I guess. It doesn't do anything cool. Like, it does damage, deals 2 damage, destroys an artifact, target player discards a card or return a creature card from your grave to your hand. Like it's
pretty
good.
boring.
It's it's good card, but like I'm not excited.
3?
But yeah, 1 black red. So
But Tarkar's Command.
Target's Command is really good. Like,
Sweet.
Yeah.
I hate red, but this card is really good. Like I see this definitely being a modern card as well.
Yeah, it's cool in a lot of things.
Anything like players can't gain life this turn. It deals 3?
Yeah.
3 damage to each opponent. So I mean, at worst, it's like a skull crack, you know. But it has other modes as well. Like it's just a generally very good card.
I want to go on
ahead.
to Megamorph. It is a terrible, terrible name. We all know, but it's not a bad mechanic. And I was talking about Morph last time that I was using Whisperwood in a Morph deck, and Whisperwood was used like right after I was talking about it.
Yeah,
he
just
everyone
went
knows
up
he
a
had
couple bucks.
potential. I just feel like that's going to make Morph a more viable deck in general, and you're going to see Morph decks.
No,
I think-
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, there's. Go ahead.
I think Morph is.
Okay,
I don't
let
know.
me
Because
reiterate
here's
because we were talking
here's
about
what
it.
I see. Just on the surface, here's what I see. Hey, I have this card, and I mean, I haven't seen many with a lot of high mana cost. Maybe there is, but it's like, I can morph it for 3 as a 2/2, and then it dies because something does something.
Manifest. I meant manifest, not morph.
Oh well, strictly talk about morph.
But just the morph mechanic, the megamorph mechanic, it doesn't matter how it's flipped up, but when it becomes flipped up by manifest or morph,
It gets a counter.
It gets a counter regardless. So like the effect gives it the counter, but you're using the manifest to give it down, to put it down. So it'd be a manifest deck technically, but the morph
With
gives
a
it the
bonus.
yeah.
With a bonus like that.
Yeah, like I was saying, the only reason, because you don't really, I know you don't play standard, so you don't really understand why a morph would be good. It's in the sense like you got this card that costs like a lot to play, and it's like turn 3. I need a guy on the board. I don't have anything else in my hand.
Yeah, but what's
that I can spit out
a 2/2 doing nothing doing for you?
No, it's either getting damage in or it's blocking a guy. Like it's standard's a 1-on-1 format.
But then it's
you need
normally
to-
gonna die, correct?
maybe.
I mean, okay, so
It doesn't have to.
you're thinking turn 3, I can throw down something much better than a 2/2.
Well, if you
it's-
don't
it's-
have
it's
anything better,
it's
though.
something you'd have to build around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of the times,
which I don't like.
well,
Personal.
But they are pushing morph in this set. They have the enchantment, 1 green, morphs cost 1 less to play, like face down. Like they cost
to
1
play
less.
the morph.
Yes,
But if you're actually playing a morph deck, then it will help you. But
Yes.
for manifest, I don't see it being a big thing.
Well, they have the 1 blue 0/4 that can tap to add 1, and I believe that mana can be used for any like morph or manifest kind of thing.
Well, for
So-
those, the things of note with Megamorph, I would say, is the Stratus Dancer and the Death Mist Raptor. Those are the 2 that I picked off right off the bat. I'm sure there are some other things, but the Stratus Dancer is bounces, I believe.
I believe Stratus Dancer counters something.
When it's turn face up, counter
Counters
target instant or
sorcery spell. It's okay.
For 2.
It also has flying. Actually, that's
For 2.
That's
That's good.
Pretty decent.
And then the Raptor is reoccurring Death Touch.
The Raptor
blocker.
is pretty sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
For that
For
kind
when-
of deck, absolutely.
Whenever anything turns up, you get the Death Touch guy, or he returns to the graveyard, from the graveyard to the battlefield,
Yes.
face up or face down, and he is a Death Touch guy that you can flip easily for another counter. Mm-hmm. So he's a cool guy.
Well, I think it's a. I'll have to wait and see how it's actually used. With like the Megamorph, but on not Megamorph, I want to talk about Risen Executioner. He's a zombie warrior, can't be blocked. Other zombies.
No, he can't block.
He
Can't block. My bad. Whew, that would be nuts because it's a
That would be
4/3.
much better.
That would be much better. But
This
you can
card is-
return him to the graveyard. You can cast him from the graveyard to your hand, or no, to the battlefield, or
Yes,
hand?
to the battlefield.
To the battlefield for +1. How many creature cards are in your graveyard? But it's also a lord that gives +1/+1 to all your zombies. And since I'm making my Grim commander deck, that's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I mean,
you want
all the lords as you can get. So
want all
throw
of them.
him in there.
But he is probably the worst.
Also, since Grim works off sacking and untapping and whatnot, you can keep
Also,
replaying
with-
him,
with
sacking,
Rooftop
keep
Storm,
replaying.
he is
Yeah,
still
Rooftop
free.
Storm, he would always
Oh,
be free. Yeah.
Yes.
Even better.
So yeah,
You know?
I mean, for EDH, sure. Standard, he's bad without a doubt. Unless I mean, I don't know.
And the
Maybe-
zombies become something
which
more.
there aren't enough.
And there, I don't think there was Zendikar zombies.
I don't.
So I don't see Zendikar or
What
zombies
if there
returning
was
in
a
Zendikar.
what if there was like a hidden thing that there is?
The only
zombies
way I
in
see
Zendikar?
Risen Execution maybe being a thing is with all the delve decks, like with all the graveyard decks. If you're just delving out all the other creatures just so you can
To
replay
play
him
him
for his
again.
cost
Yeah.
every time, that's totally
Yeah.
fine. I feel Delve got a little bit more of a push this set too. There's that card you were talking about, the rare. It's 3 and a black instant, returns a creature from your graveyard to your hand,
foul something.
and it gives
I'll find it.
minus
Foul
X.
renewal.
Foul renewal, yeah. Gives -X to target creature, where X is the toughness of the card return. So in standard, you're getting a dude and you're killing a dude,
Yeah,
which
that's cool. That's
is
cool.
at instant
Yeah.
speed.
For 4.
I don't know if it's playable right now, but a lot of this stuff is stuff that I think once Theros is gone,
And -X is what?
It's toughness.
toughness.
Okay, see, and I'm gonna just keep referring to the fact that we're going back to Zendikar because I think it makes these more relevant. You're probably gonna be there's probably gonna be a bunch of big creatures in Zendikar, so you're bringing back big creatures and you're doing much more to their big threats or whatever. So it could be a better card in the
Yeah, it can definitely be a relevant card. Couple cards that I would really like to touch on. What is it? Secure the Waste. Secure the Waste
the token
this card is busted. It's just like I looked at this card and I was just it's power creep to a
color
T.
is it?
It's white. It is X white. It's a rare. It's an instant, and it puts X 1/1 white warrior tokens on the battlefield.
I think you passed it. You passed it.
That's really good.
So, something like black-white tokens in Modern, you play this card end of turn for 4 or 5, and you got Intangible Virtue out. So you're basically spitting out, 4 or 5, maybe 2/2, 3/3s with Vigilance at the end of their turn. That's absurd. Like the fact that it's just single X and white at an instant,
that's sweet.
it's nuts.
I'm gonna talk about another X spell before we go past it, and the black flip of that. What is it called? Damnable Pact. It is target player draws X and loses X, so it's kind of like a Sphinx's Rev for black. I think it's not bad.
I think it's really good, especially because I have a Nekuzar commander deck. And
That's gross.
But in standard, I feel like this could be played as well.
I don't
that's,
know
That's nasty.
about standard because it's a sorcery, and that bothers
It
me.
is.
See, the thing that's so good about Rev is you can end of their turn.
Yeah.
Rev. Damnable Pact. Also, you're losing life.
The thing
which
is, I think
obviously
mono
not
black.
good.
I think mono black may be more of a thing, in this block.
Perhaps.
I've
always been a fan of trading life for cards. Like that's just a fantastic trade. But I feel like there are better options than Damnable Pact right now. Blood Chin Fanatic. This guy is another card that Warriors are obviously being pushed. This guy goes right with, like, if you're building black-white Warriors in the standard, Secure the Waste, Blood Chin Fanatic. These cards, the deck has to be good now. It literally has to be good
Finally,
now.
Blood Soaked has a spot.
Yeah, so this dude is a 1 black Orc Warrior. So he's got the Warrior Tribe as a 3/3. Pay 1 and a black, sacrifice a Warrior, and target player loses X life and you gain X life, where X is the sacrifice creature's power. So, Bloodsoaked Champion has the raid trigger. If you attack, you could just keep recurring it from the grave, and it's a 1-drop. But I think the raid's like 2.
Blood Soak also works with the exploit as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And with Bloodchin Fanatic, see, the thing with the Warriors deck is it lost steam in the late game, because they just blow up all your threats and stuff. But with Bloodchin Fanatic, you could just keep chucking stuff at their face. And, if it's all buffed up from your lords and stuff, they're taking a, decent hunk of damage, putting you out of reach of a lot of stuff.
But the only lord is the zombie.
No, they have the Chief of the Scale, Chief of the Edge.
Yes. Okay.
Different those things.
That's
We have Sidisi right underneath.
Sidisi.
Sidisi?
I love this card.
Sidisi?
Sidisi. Whatever. I think it's Sidisi is what I've heard the most. 4/6 Death Touch.
This
3
card
black,
is
black.
so awesome.
It is great.
There's a reason why they only printed exploit like right now. Because if they reprinted it throughout the whole thing or whatever, I'm glad that there's only a few exploits because it's stupid.
There's
a reason why they don't have too many.
I think him and that other card we'll talk about are the only two that are really worth playing.
But they're amazing.
Yeah, I don't know if Sidisi is even worth playing in standard. But I absolutely love
I think exploit is gonna be a deck. I'm gonna say it.
I don't know.
I think there's enough cards just in the set for exploit to be a thing.
If you have
there's
the
cards that work
token
off.
generation, then yeah. But
Well, there's cards that when they get sacked, you get an effect, and then there's stuff that it comes back, and you get something else, and you can just keep recurring it like whip and all the other stuff.
yeah. Well, Sidisi, the thing that I like, and obviously that you like, is, for EDH, obviously, I'm going to want to foil this guy as soon as I can. I play Carador, so, playing this guy, sacking a dude, and then, basically demonic tutoring for whatever card you want.
Dumb.
And then you could just, sack Sidisi or whatever and just keep playing things, and you have another sack outlet, like a pseudo sack outlet, but like infinite demonic tutors.
Those of you that play Marchesa, you should be a spot.
Yeah, anybody who plays any kind of recursion, CDC is fantastic. So, what else do we have here?
Let's see.
Oh, the other exploit card that we want to talk about.
Let's just go right to that.
Go up a bit.
Profaner.
Yes. Profaner of the Dead?
Color?
Blue. The guy holding the head.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
His art's pretty cool, too.
Yeah. Oh, side note, art in this set is great.
It is.
Fantastic.
I don't know. I don't really know what happened, but it seems just
it's
almost
improved.
Yeah, almost every single card in this. Like,
Looks
I haven't
better.
seen any card that has been noticeably
They look
bad.
older. I think they
There it
brought
is.
back some of the artists from the older sets, actually, to draw some of the stuff.
I don't know, maybe, but overall, the set.
Where's
is,
Raymond
looks very nice.
Swanlund?
He drew.
He's there.
Drew,
He's
whatchamacallit?
there's
Ugin. He drew Ugin.
Oh, did he?
Not only,
Yeah.
there's a couple cards in this block that I saw. He had like 3 in a row that were spoiled, and I knew it was him right off the bat.
Yeah.
Of course. But Profaner of the Dead, 3 blue exploit. It's a 3/3. When it exploits a creature, you return to their owner's hands all creatures, all your opponent's creatures with toughness less than the exploited creature's toughness.
So you riff.
So
after you
like overloaded cyclonic rift, kind of for creatures, just like
For much
in,
less.
in EDH, it's abusable as hell. You just repeat it as much as you want.
Lame.
For standard, I even see this being fantastic. Like against all the token strats, or any aggro strategy, they lose. Like you get to just shove everything back in their hand by sacking one dude, and I mean you're good to go. No,
Can you exploit himself?
no.
What does it say? Wait.
You may sacrifice a creature.
When he enters.
It's
Can you?
Yeah.
when he enters.
He entered.
So technically, boom. Throw him down, exploit 3.
That's
Everything with-
ridiculous.
Yeah.
So you return for 3.
I'm not entirely sure on that. I think that's probably how it works, but that's really good.
yeah.
I'll do that. That's
So tokens. You're probably gonna get rid of all the tokens that's on the battlefield.
Yeah.
And tokens can be a problem too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think goblins are gonna be a big thing too.
Yeah, and this
Being that we had to deal with it.
What?
For one of our friends plays a goblin
No,
deck.
but
and
standard goblins is
it's,
gonna be a thing.
okay.
Yeah.
Well, commander goblins
that'll-
are very fast.
That'll just help in
very annoying.
commander as well. That's also
Yeah, no,
a
that
big card.
I do like that a lot. Just everything about the card I like. I think it's very
Beautiful
cool.
art. Beautiful mechanics.
Now let's go to the obvious ones. The planeswalkers. We got 2 planeswalkers this set. We got Narset and Sarkhan. A lot of hype behind Narset. Like, have you seen? Like, people are just
I saw a lot
really,
of hype.
really
Like,
hyped up on this
modern
card.
crap.
I think it's pre-ordering. I don't know what's pre-ordering at now, but when I last checked, it was pre-ordering at $50.
Don't do that.
No, that's
do not pre-order for $50.
and there are people who are saying it's going to be like $100 card.
never.
Like,
It's never worth getting on the hype train for these.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no.
Like, never pre-order it. Like, don't do that.
No.
It's gonna go down. It's gonna drop like a week later.
Well, unless they decide they really need it.
Like,
no.
and they're like, well, no, because
wait a
sometimes
week.
you can't get a card.
see, Narset.
I mean, unless
Sold out.
unless you're playing in a tournament and you need to get this crap.
Yeah.
Narset in standard, I feel is totally fine for blue-white, like a blue-white base control deck. She costs 4 and comes down at 6, which is really good.
Yes.
That is very good. Like, that's a big roadblock. But the thing is, she doesn't like really do anything aside from occasionally draw you a card.
What is her plus?
Her plus is you look at the top card of your library. If it's a non-creature, non-land card, you may reveal it and put it in your hand. So if it's like an instant sorcery, enchantment, planeswalker, or
Artifact.
something like that, non-creature, non-land. So like she might be card advantage, maybe. Her minus
control?
2 gives something, because you have a lot of non-creature spells that you can draw. Minus 2 gives something rebound. The next card you would cast gets rebound.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be good.
Yeah.
It could be. I don't think there's too many things that I'm crazy about rebounding, because rebound you have to wait a whole turn to get the second
Well,
activation.
obviously you wouldn't do counters rebounded, but
Yeah. Maybe like wraths or something like that. Her ultimate is not very good. like at all.
Opponents can't cast
Like,
non-creature spells.
Yeah, that's not.
See, I don't think this card is really that good at all anyways, because you're thinking about it, even though it is 4 and it comes out at 6, you put down 4, at the most you're going to
Hey, you can shut down.
You're going to rebound 1 card
shut
at
down
your turn.
it could be a mirror match in control.
But at the most you're going to do is you're going to rebound a card that you
ult it.
have for 1 turn. But if you pay 4 and you're like, oh, well, that didn't help me at all. It's like, you
See,
you pick up the top and it's a creature, you're like,
And then
thanks, I just paid 4 for nothing.
And then they downfall
Yeah, you know.
But see, the thing is, Narset is not a turn 4 card. She's like a turn 7, 8 card. Like, you don't play her until you know you can keep her around. And even at that point, I don't know if she's worth
Even
it at
worth
all.
it?
What's
like,
the 1 draw gonna? It's not
I
gonna win you the
don't
game.
know.
I mean, it could.
It is just a source of card advantage, and it is something that against the right decks, ulting her is a big problem. And like I said, she starts at 6, so she's hard to deal with. She is without a doubt hard to deal with. I maybe fringe modern playable. Like if you're really dumb, I don't know. Like
That's what fringe means.
she is nice because like Abrupt Decay doesn't hit her, and like she starts at 6, so most creatures aren't going to be able to kill her too fast. Like she's going to be kind of hard to deal with. But like I said, she's not doing much of anything to make you care about her even being there.
Yeah.
But you should
know?
probably. Do you think you should deal with her as fast as possible, though? Are you just gonna let her?
I don't know.
that?
It depends. It depends what.
Is she worth killing?
Well, every
know.
planeswalker is worth killing
Yeah,
except
but-
for like Tybalt, but
Well,
Yeah, go ahead.
so that's a discussion for the comments. You guys can give us our comments
Yeah,
on
how
that.
much-
yeah.
Yeah,
Let us know
Tybalt
what you
sucks.
think about Narset. Tell us how much
No.
Tybalt sucks because he's just bad.
And then moving on to the big one is the next Sarkhan. I wish you can use him as a commander. I really do, because I would make him a commander.
Read off his abilities for me now.
He's
His +1 is draw a card, add 1 color of any color to your mana pool.
Which-
or one of any
which
color
is-
to your mana pool.
which is good.
Which is really good.
his minus is amazing.
Put a 4/4 red dragon, red dragon creature token with
And
flying
his
onto the
ult.
battlefield.
And it's a -2.
And his ult.
His ult is search your library for any number of dragon
Dragons.
creature cards and put them on the battlefield
Well,
inside
hey,
your library.
this is
Oh,
a
thanks.
Scion
Scion
card.
of the, oh my god, dude! See, this set is everybody's building Scion now.
Yeah.
Like it goes without saying. Sarkhan, I feel, is absolutely standard playable because he draws cards and he makes 4/4 flyers, which is awesome. EDH playable in Scion, obviously. Other than that, you won't see him anywhere else.
Are people going to be
Absolutely
using
not.
those 3 colors though? Like is that
Rug?
gonna be,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
It's already people already play Rug. They play Savage Knuckleblade.
is Knuckleblade? Yeah,
Oh,
Knuckleblade
yeah.
is going to be a.
Yeah, absolutely.
It should be a commander.
But are they going to be using dragons in it?
They don't need to. You're just gonna plus
I know they
and
don't need
minus
to.
2 this guy all day.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
That's all you're ever gonna do. And that's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
even
should
if
be
you
fine.
just pay, because you need to think of it this way: if you play him and you minus him and get a 4/4, you paid 5 mana for a 4/4 flyer, which is totally fine. You know?
And you can get more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't kill him immediately, I'm just saying in the sense of like, all right, that's worth it. It's pretty much on curve for that
Yeah.
kind of thing. I can't think of any other cards that really stand out. I do like there's the one counterspell. Solemgar's something or other. 2 blue. It's blue. Instant counters a spell unless they pay 1. Unless you reveal a dragon from your hand. There it is. Solemgar's Scorn. That's what it is. Counters unless they pay 1. If you reveal a dragon card or control a dragon, when you cast it, it just counters it.
That's
so
cool. I
it's
like
it's just standard legal counterspell in the right situation. I kind of want to toy around with like blue-white or Esper control in standard, where you run like maybe 3 of the blue-white legendary dragon, and that pretty much just counters everything for 2 forever.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
I really like that.
Awesome. So that's it for the episode. Thanks for tuning in. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube because it really means a lot. And we'll see you next week.
Tell us what cards you like and what cards you hate.
And why you hate Tybalt?
Yeah, and why you hate Tybalt. Probably because he's red
Yeah, he's red.
and everyone's racist.